Coming up on Showcase Minnesota, read and ride. The fun ways you can get your health checked at the fair this year. And a delicious twist on traditional rhubarb pie. We'll whip up another blue ribbon recipe. Plus, meet the newly crowned Princess Gay of the Milky Way. Showcase Minnesota starts right now.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Showcase Minnesota. I'm RobHudson.
Hi, everybody. I'm CorbinSeitz.
I say that with a question mark. I'm RobHudson.
You are.
Give my best Ron Burgundy. Yeah. Yeah, beautiful morning. Again, we are really on a roll here. And now, did you get your daughter off to school? A lot of schools are starting.
She started on Monday, but today I got her off to camp because the 6th grade goes to camp for 3 days, team building, I guess, and all of that. So she had her big bag.
Deprogramming camp is what it is.
She had her big bag and all of her stuff labeled. Boy, that's a job, putting your kid's name in everything that they own.
So you got to listen to Louise Krzyk and start doing that in May.
Yeah.
You start.
That's true.
Yeah, and how long does it take you to label everything?
Well, I did start about 10 days ago, laying the stuff out on the bed, in the guest room to pack, and starting to label and making sure we have everything. So that was fun. So what else are we going to talk about?
We're going to talk about what's big out at the fair.
Oh, yeah.
And I heard on the radio today, one of the radio stations was out there, and they were underneath the grandstand. You ever go under the grandstand, that huge merchandise mart? That's one of my favorite things to do. It's like the hidden gem of the fair. And the big thing this year is the Go Girl.
That's not like the Shiwi.
No, it's different than the Shiwi. And now that that being said, I think folks at home are smart enough. We have a very smart audience. They can tell what the Shiwi and the Go Girl. Yes, it's so women can stand up to go to the bathroom, and it makes perfect. I guess they're flying off the shelves at the fair.
Really? I wish we had one to show. They're in place. Well, we're talking about going hunting. If women hunt,
camping,
or they fish, or they camp. How many times have you been at that Woodstock sort of a thing? And there you are.
All the time. What's funny about this, I've got to give credit to my sister-in-law, Julie, and her daughters, my nieces. A couple of years ago, they went to Isle Royal, and they had, sitting around the campfire, they decided they were going to invent something like this and call it the Hurnal. Well, now someone,
I don't know. The name needed to be changed, girls, but the idea was there.
Now someone had telepathically stolen that idea, or on the same level, and taken it, and the Go Girl. The question that I would like to raise is, okay, you use it at something like the fair or a festival where you don't want to have to sit on a dirty
So you go
toilet.
in the porta potty, but you use this thing.
Then you just chuck it into your purse? No,
we don't know the details.
No, but
we'll have to find out. Maybe stay tuned tomorrow.
It's all the rage. It's all the rage. The Go Girl.
Yeah, I wonder how much it costs too. We're gonna have to find out more about this. But we heard about it. So it sounds fun. The Shiwi's a pretty funny name too.
Speaking of the fair, it's time for us. Let's head over there. See what's going on this morning.
Alrighty, this morning we're going to talk with Carol Evans, Chris Calla. He's out there checking out the fun. Hello, Chris.
Hey guys, no Go Girls here from me. I'm sorry. All right?
Have you seen one yet?
No demonstrations or anything like that.
We were really looking forward to it.
Run over and pick one up, would you, for us?
Keep it clean, guys. All right.
No pun intended.
Hey, it's the State Fair. Isn't this wonderful? I love this. And the Health Fair 11 building is where we're at right now. And I mean, what a great 12 days. It's been cool, it's been fun, and this is like a really amazing building full of all sorts of fun information that we'll tell you about a little bit later in the day. But first, I got to shill a little something here. I've got a MetroMix.com t-shirt here. We're selling them. They say Stick Happens. They're kind of our new cool hip t-shirt that we're trying to get people to, well, here, let me give you a demonstration. To wear. I'll send you guys a couple. Don't worry about it.
I'm going to hold you to that.
It's more dress than t-shirt on me, but it's a really good thing, and we're selling them at the Care Barn along with those Sven t-shirts, Eric Perkins DVDs, all sorts of stuff like that. So, yeah.
Are they flying off the shelves? Are they moving pretty good?
I would like to think so.
All right.
I just don't know the numbers, guys.
We're going to check in with you later. You stay out of trouble out there, Chris.
Hey, thanks.
Bye-bye. That's pretty good. Stick happens. In just a moment, a prize-winning pie. But first, a look at what's coming up today on Rachel Ray.
Next, Rach, I'm working our runway with Tyra Banks. Her surprising diet secret. That was the most unusual portion control tip I've ever heard. And wherever Tyra goes, wannabe top models follow.
And the flight attendants place it this way. Then you help the person.
Plus, underplucked, overplucked, or never plucked.
Those are some fierce brows.
Mally's pulling off 3 emergency eyebrow interventions.
Watch Rachel Ray every afternoon at 2 here on KARE 11. Now over to Rob for more in the show.
All right, thanks, Corbin. First up this morning, a little piece of chocolate heaven straight from the Minnesota State Fair. Barbara Lutz from Elk River took home the blue ribbon at this year's Ghirardelli Chocolate Championship, and she's here this morning with her winning recipe. Hello, Barbara. Welcome, welcome. Great to see a fellow elk. I guess that's what we would call us, right? But from Elk River. Congratulations. This is great. Tell us quickly the recipe that you entered.
It's called Raspberry Rhubarb Chocolate Cheesecake Pie.
How did you come up with it?
The recipe, the rhubarb and the cheesecake pie was in our family for quite a while, and I made it for my family and my friends many, many times, and I've always wanted to enter into the state fair contest, and so I thought, well, maybe I might try this pie, but I'm going to change it and do the chocolate contest and incorporate the chocolate in it.
And then your lucky husband, or lucky husband, lucky friends, they had to be the taste testers, and they decided this was the showstopper.
Yes.
This was the one.
Yes.
49 people you beat out. So that's a pretty big deal. How much did you win?
I won $400.
Wow!
And this wonderful chocolate gift basket here with all the products in it.
Oh, look at that. I'm surprised you haven't busted into that already. Now, when did you win the blue ribbon?
When did I
Yeah, when was the contest?
It was last Saturday.
And you still haven't busted into that big prize pack of chocolate? Well, let's get a scissors out and sample some of the goodies.
Okay.
Tell the story now. I understand that driving down from Elk River, you were running behind, probably got into traffic, and your husband, you take it from there. Explain what he had to do.
We weren't running behind, actually. We had plenty of time to get there, and we understood the park and ride only takes 15 minutes to get to the fair. What we didn't know was there was a parade going on, and we had to have this entered by between 2 and 3 in the afternoon. So here we are. We got the buses just stopped, and there's like, I don't know, 20, 30 buses ahead of us, and we were just stopped. And I told the bus driver, I said, I have to enter this pie, and it's already 2:30, and I have to be there by 3. Are we going to get there? And he said, well, maybe we can let you off at the next stop sign. And we had to get off the bus, and I don't know what time it was, probably 10 to 3 or something like that. And my husband just grabbed the pie, and he ran. And I lost him at some point in the fair.
I mean, Hollywood couldn't come up with a script better than this. So your husband's running across the fair.
Running, and I'm shouting behind him, "Make way for this pie! We have to be there at 3 o'clock." And these people were moving to the side.
I love it.
And then some people. Then after I lost my husband, I didn't even know where I was going in the fair. So I had to
to the beer garden.
I had to ask somebody, and then I'm starting to go that way, and I could hear people behind me saying, "Oh, look at that lady. She's so rude. She's just running into everybody."
No.
I just kept going.
It was all worth it.
But
we're gonna, obviously we can't do the whole thing, but we're gonna try here. And you start with your crust here, and you got your rhubarb.
Okay, we start with the rhubarb, and I like to cut my rhubarb with kitchen shears.
This is rhubarb right from the backyard.
Right, and it just cuts really good with it. It doesn't leave those strings like a knife does.
Yeah.
And so then we need about 3 cups, and we're going to put it in a prepared pie crust. Either you make your own, or you can purchase one in the store. And let's just pretend this is our prepared pie crust without the filling in it. And I like to put it in the freezer and get it really, really cold before I put my ingredients in it. And then what I do is I have these foil strips, and I like to put this around the edge of the crust to keep it from excessive browning.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That's a great tip.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we put that all the way around the pie, and then we're going to mix up our ingredients with the rhubarb. We have 3 cups of rhubarb chopped, half an inch, and then we'll mix a half a cup of sugar, and two tablespoons of flour, and 3 tablespoons of this Polander all fruit.
This is
this is what I like to use because it doesn't have sugar in it. It's all natural sugar.
That's it.
So 3 tablespoons of that mixed together and put it in your pie crust. And then put it in a hot oven of 425. And if you're making it in a glass pie plate like I did, then it's 400 degrees. It's always 25 degrees less.
Okay, we've got a wrap, but we have the recipe online, and I love this tinfoil secret. That seems like that might be the ticket right there, the #1 star of the game. There's your finished product. There's your blue ribbon winner from the Ghirardelli contest. Thank you so much for coming in.
Rob.
You bet. Come back again next year.
Will.
Yeah, right on. Great story too. For a copy of today's recipe, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to the address on your screen, or just log on to our website, showcaseminnesota.com, and search under the dessert category. There's plenty more ahead this Wednesday morning. Up next, smart organizing solutions for back to school. How clean closets may lead to better grades. And later, we're going to head back out to the fair for a fun way to check out your reflexes. Plus, fiddle-dee-dee. Twin pint-sized performers share their toe-tapping tunes when we come back.
Yep, I can hear you. Oh, there's like a mix of it in here, but Craig told me that it's just the radio signal in here, so that's okay. I'm sorry, what was that? Yeah. Sounds good. I appreciate that.
I know I can, but man. Hey, Jess. She's going to talk about this and then go to the first filing picture. Got it. Thank you.
It's always
Great. Yeah. Okay. And, we'll just see him there, but I'll. Welcome back. A recent University of Michigan study found that kids who grew up in orderly homes stayed in school longer and earned more money as adults, which means that your child's success could be as easy as an organized room. I keep telling them that. Here with some great suggestions is Darcy Fredericks from California Closets. Welcome back, Darcy.
Thank you.
Yes, parents across the state of Minnesota are cheering right now. And they're going to be replaying this segment for their children saying, see, I told you, it pays to clean your room. Tell us a little bit, before we get into some of these tips about organization, tell us a little bit about California Closets, because you do more than organizing kids' rooms.
Absolutely. We organize pretty much any area. If you're looking for a designed organization system for your home or your office, we're the people to go to. We've been here 20 years. We've been serving the Twin Cities for 20 years, locally owned and operated. And pantries, wine centers, any kind of any area that you're looking to get specific spaces to put things away, we're the people you call.
You're the ones. They're the go-to people.
Absolutely.
Okay. We're going to start with first talking about filing systems at home, and tell us what this prop is here.
What this is when we're thinking about filing systems for kids, your typical manila folders don't necessarily work. They're difficult for kids, and they're not fun, to be quite honest. So if you can take and do a filing systems where it's just easy for them to access, and also maybe do some color or something else. But if you were to label all of these with math homework or science, and then just take and roll paper in and put them in instead of trying to do into a folder, it's a great way for kids to quickly, easily access, and it also makes it more fun for them. So labeling them with colors and just thinking of filing in a different way than your typical pull out your filing cabinet storage. There's many different ways that you can store
Well, the
filing.
color is so much more appealing to kids, I think, and it makes it a lot more fun.
Absolutely.
Here we've got some more color. You know, I use this idea at home, and it works great for me.
Exactly, and kids get to pick out, it individualizes them, they get to pick out their own favorite color, and then it becomes a space more their own.
And those collapsible boxes are inexpensive and easy to fit into your system, aren't they?
And it's a great way to start your organization. If you're not at the process where you're doing a built-in yet, you know, get the tools in place, and then you can build around those as your kids grow older, as you're able to put that in your home.
Okay, we're going to move on now to lockers, and tell us what you know about lockers. You've got several photos here.
Absolutely. Lockers are a great way to keep your kids organized. Doing lockers, you can grow with your kids as their coat sizes change. Here you see a picture of as kids get older, and the big thing with lockers is making sure that kids can access their own items, that they can put things away themselves. It shouldn't be something that you have to go and put them away for them. So doing different types, that a locker doesn't have to look like their school locker. It can look like a piece of your home. It's a piece of furniture.
It can be a piece of furniture. It can be very decorative. These don't have doors on them. You can put them with or without doors, I assume. And this looks a little bit like the after-school sports locker.
Absolutely. Keep your kids' sporting items organized, so when you're getting ready for that soccer practice, you don't have to spend a half an hour or hockey practice looking for the sports equipment.
This is nice-looking furniture.
Thank you. Yeah, doing something that fits your home and your own taste is really important. But then again, like I say, allows kids to get what they want.
Now, the whole idea is that we want the organization to work within our house and within our budget, within our lifestyle. You work with people on their budgets.
Absolutely. It doesn't have to be anything grand. It can be just, again, starting points, and you just, as your family grows, growing your built-ins with them as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, the next look we're going to talk about, we got a little sneak peek there. We're going to talk about communication because when families try and organize their offices or their, I don't know, I've got all these pieces of paper that come from school. What do you suggest? Where do we start?
Well, you talked about before, you know, it's not just your kids, it's your whole family. So building kind of what we call a family center that has communication boards, whiteboards, chalkboards, where, you know, I'm out for a half an hour, I'm going to be home at 5. So then again, you can communicate with your family, but keeping areas for where you plug in your laptops. So many kids have laptops now for school. They come in, cell phones. I mean, I think you get a cell phone when you start kindergarten now, pretty much. So when you come in, and just where everybody can plug in right away, and it's kind of the central hub of the family as far as communication and storage, getting filing systems for adults that work kids, kind of combining everything as much as you can.
Oh, well, we're going to go into another zone, but this still has to do with being organized at home, and that's the idea of a wall bed and what you can do with different rooms in your house to make them multifunctional?
Yep, absolutely. Back to school also means going back to college. So what do you do with those rooms that, you know, now you have the space, but you don't want to, you want to welcome your college kids home as well, of course. They need a place to sleep. Wall beds are back, and they're hugely popular right now. You can take a wall bed. This picture shows a wall bed. This is the front of a wall bed, but the next one shows that the front of it can pop up and be a table. So you can create an office system with a bed tucked away that you can use regularly. Yep.
You mean the bed's behind that?
Exactly. The bed's behind that, so that just pops up. There's another example too. This is a wall bed right here.
Boy,
beautiful
that's
piece of furniture. Yeah, absolutely. You can store everything away. You can keep clothing. You can turn it into a craft room. But then when the kids come home, just pull the bed down and you're ready to go.
This is brilliant, and I think of so many people who live in townhouses and condos and apartments who are always looking for a place for someone to sleep if they come and visit, but they still need that crafting room, that sewing room, that office.
It's
and
part
this
of
is dual purpose.
Exactly. It's part of that environmentally friendly movement where rather than just building onto your home, you're using your spaces more efficiently.
Right, right. Oh, fascinating stuff, fun stuff. They really do work with your budget. I've worked
Absolutely.
with California Closets before, and you guys just do a great job. So
Thank you.
friendly, so nice. Thank you for stopping by.
Absolutely. Thank you.
California Closets has a design studio located at the Galleria in Edina. You can go in there and look around. And for more information or to set up a complimentary consultation, call 952-844-0004 or log on to californiaclosets.com/Twin Cities. And we'll be right back. Welcome back. It's a first for the fair of Princess K Legacy. This year's winner, Elizabeth Olson, the 19-year-old college student, is the second person to not only wear the crown, but be sculpted in butter in her very own family. And we're pleased to welcome Elizabeth to the show to tell us more. Hi. Elizabeth. 19 years old, congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about entering this. And we were touching on that you have two sisters. Did all three of you were butterheads?
Right.
Are butterheads.
Right.
Not two, but three.
All three. My sister Sarah was Princess K in 2002, and my other sister Lana was a finalist in 2005. So 3 Olsen butterheads, pretty exciting.
Do you have one giant freezer at home that just have the Princess K butterheads in them?
You're right. My mom bought a brand new freezer just so she wouldn't have to part with one of them. So she wanted to have the chance to have all 3 daughters, all 3 butterheads.
So then what's going to happen? Is this going to be a big butter festival that she's going to break them out one day for a big party? Do we know?
No, I don't think my mom or either of us want to do anything with them. My first sister, Sarah, we had a 1,200-ear sweet corn feed, and that barely made a dent in her shoulders. So it would take a lot of corn to go through
That
three
could be the whole
butter
town.
heads.
Tell everybody about your town and where you're from.
Well, I'm from Hutchinson, Minnesota. It's about 60 miles west of the Twin Cities. Our farm is 2 miles south of Hutchinson on Raylor Farm. And this year it became a century farm and also 50 years of exhibiting here at the State Fair. So we're very excited about our farm. And
That's very
yeah.
cool. What's it take to win? Now, how do they judge you?
Well, first you either have to be a dairy farmer's daughter or live on a dairy farm, or your dad or yourself work on a dairy farm. Then you can compete at the county level and you're judged on your knowledge and passion of the dairy industry. Then all the county dairy princesses compete in the spring for the top 12 positions. It's about 100 girls competing for the top 12. And that explains the 12 butterheads, 12 days of the State Fair, and they pick Princess K out of the 12.
So, how was it the first day? You marched down there. You're in that cooler for hours.
You're right. It's a 40-degree rotating cooler, and on average it takes 6 to 8 hours. But for me, it took about 5 to 5.5 because I have straight hair. So some of the girls that have curly hair that looks beautiful in sculpted butter, it takes around 8 hours.
Oh, it's a lot more work. So what did you wear in the cooler? We had a funny book on the other day, September Fair, a local writer, and she talked about that experience as part of her novel. She said the girl had an evening gown on with snow pants and a ski jacket. What did you wear?
Well, I wore a sundress underneath snow pants along with long johns and snow boots and a parka, so I'm used to that weather. It is Minnesota.
That's what she said in the book. No girl like Minnesota girls know how to stuff their clothes into snow pants. Okay, we've got a dash here, but you're going to be a Goodwill ambassador. You're going to go around and talk to people about dairy farming?
Right. Princess K is the official Goodwill ambassador for Minnesota's dairy farmers. There's about 4,700 dairy farmers in the state of Minnesota. So I'm very excited to represent this industry and my friends and family. And so it starts out with the State Fair and then promoting the product.
We didn't even get to Conan and Conan O'Brien with his head in chocolate. I think they should have your head on next to his. You'll have to talk to the network about that. Nice to meet you.
We'll try. Nice to meet you too.
I wanted to try on the crown, but I can't get it off of her hairdo. For more information on any of the things Elizabeth talked about, visit showcaseminnesota.com and just click on the Wednesday link, and we'll be right back.
Okay. All right.
If I had Oh, the sights, smells, and sounds of the great Minnesota get-together. Let's go back out there, shall we? Yeah, let's head out to the fair where KARE 11's Chris Kalla is at the Health Fair 11 building. What's going on out there, my friend?
Hey, Rob, how's it going back there?
Not as fun as you're having, I think.
It's great, man. You know, this Health Fair 11 building, we do this every year, and it's such a great resource for people to come out here and really get some health screens, make sure that they're healthy and ready for the year, especially now that the school year starting. We're here with Dr. Mary Greger. She's an optometrist, and we just took a picture of the back of my eye. And Mary, can you give us a good idea what exactly this is and what this test does for us?
What this does is the eye is one of the only organs in your body that we can see inside. So this is a camera that's taking a picture looking inside behind your pupil in the back of your eye. We can see your optic nerve, your vascular system, veins and arteries, and the center of your vision, the macula right here. That part of your eye is what we're watching for macular degeneration. So most eye diseases your optometrist is going to see before you have any symptoms.
And now am I okay here? I'm not going to lose my vision or anything exciting like that.
Eyes.
Beautiful eyes. Oh, isn't that cute? Now talk to me again. This is really important, especially with back to school, right?
Exactly. It's estimated about 25% of kids sitting in the classroom have undiagnosed vision problems. While we like to see children for their baseline eye exam by 3 years old, kindergarten, first, second grade, so important to have that vision checked. Your child might see fine, but if they have any kind of eye teaming, focusing issues, it's going to affect their attention and concentration in the classroom as well.
And they can get that checked right here this week.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Thanks, Mary. I appreciate it. That's again right here at the Health Fair 11 building. You can come get your eyes checked and scanned. Now let's head on over here to where our physical therapists are. And this is Ann Ryan. She's a physical therapist. And we're having a little bit of fun today, right?
We are having a great time at the fair. This is the We Fit. We're all doing balance. Physical therapists all work with balance, posture, and coordination, and so we've got a game all set up for you, Chris.
Rob, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna try a little hula hooping right now.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Now this is really giving you a good idea of how good I am. Wait, how do I do this? Ann, can you get in here?
All you need to do is move your hips in a circle, going all the way around.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Faster.
What do you think, Rob? Is this good or what? Oh yeah.
I think the phones are ringing off the hook.
Rob, I'm a physically fit young man. You should come out here and check this out and try to do your own hula hooping. I think that's a good idea.
My back would be out. I love the picture of the eye too. You couldn't even see the robot in your brain.
Right. Oh.
You couldn't see any of the fiber optics.
Right, I know. It's amazing, isn't it?
Chris, where is the Health Fair located so people when they come out to the fair can find it?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Where are you located? Where's the Health Fair at so when people come out they can find you?
We're right behind the food building, I believe, and I don't know the exact street address, but we're right out here, and it's pretty easy to find with all the big lettering and stuff. So.
Okay, looks like you're on the northeast corner of the Crossroads building, right on Dan Patch.
There you go. So. Thanks, Rob.
That's where you are.
That's where I am right now.
Love it. Great job, buddy. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate it.
For more information on what you can find at the Health Fair 11 building at the Minnesota State Fair, just log on to showcaseminnesota.com and click on the Wednesday link. I've got that hula hooping just burned in my brain right now. Chris, it's time now for First Birthdays.
First Birthdays is brought to you by Minnesota College Savings Plan and ECFE.
No First Birthdays today, but if you would like to have your child's picture featured on First Birthdays, please send a non-returnable photo to First Birthdays, 8811 Olson Memorial Highway, Minneapolis, Minnesota 55427. You can also email us at firstbirthdays@showcaseminnesota.com. We need to receive the pictures at least 2 weeks in advance of the child's birthday. And straight ahead, a double dose of fiddlin' fun. We're going to meet some talented Twin Cities twins when we come back. guys. Over
Are we
here.
going to do the interview thing first? Care.
I'm going to hold these up, Zap, and then could I hand them to you? Or welcome back to the show. Our next guests are two pretty amazing youngsters. 11-year-old twins Soren and Skylar Schwendeman took second and fourth place at the State Fair Fiddle Contest last weekend. And this morning we are happy to welcome these talented musicians to the show to tell us more. Good morning, gentlemen. And you really are all-around musicians, because they were just telling me not only do they play fiddle, but you've also got a rock band thing going on the side.
Yep.
And what's the name of the band?
Unit 12.
Now, what is Unit 12? Can I ask? It's clean, isn't it? You're not going to...
Our dad, he works at a psychiatric unit at Fairview Hospital, and it was called, he worked on Unit 12. His old unit was called
And we
Unit
thought it was
12.
a cool name, so we just decided to name
What kind of stuff do you play in the rock band?
We cover a lot of AC/DC. We used
One
to
of
love
our
them.
popular ones is Back in Black.
Oh, yeah. Are you going to learn? Now you are Soren, correct?
Yeah.
And you are Skylar. Okay. Now, do you play like AC/DC and stuff like that on the fiddle?
I could, probably.
Is that what you played at the State Fair Fiddle Contest? No, you weren't rocking out.
Nope.
What did you play, Soren, in the fiddle contest?
I played a song called Ragtime Annie, and then I played Golden Anniversary Waltz.
Was this the first contest you guys have?
No, we've done them since we were like...
Really? So
7.
you've been playing fiddle since you were like that?
Yeah, we started when we were like 4.
Why the fiddle?
Actually, it started classical. Our parents asked us if we wanted to play violin. We were pretty excited. So we started with classical, and then we went into a little bit more of that. And then we switched from our old teacher to a new one in Marine. His name is Brian Wickland. He's a big teacher. He's always off in some other country on a tour or something.
Really?
Yeah, he's really good.
Oh, I bet he can really saw it off. I mean, is
Yep.
he? Yeah, is he a shredder? Now you play a Les Paul in your rock band, right?
Yep.
Now, who's your favorite guitar player of all time?
Slash.
Slash is from Guns N' Roses. Do you guys play some Guns N' Roses stuff?
I played a little. We didn't actually cover any of them though.
That's awesome. Now, so you play fiddle, you play guitar, and you sing and play fiddle. Do you play? Are you multi-talented? Do you play other instruments?
Yeah, we played. I used to play a little mandolin, sort of.
Oh, wow.
And
I'm
then we
actually
played piano when we were little.
I actually want Soren to start teaching me guitar today.
And I play drums and percussion in the band and stuff.
This is incredible. This is incredible. Hey, I'm going to show everyone. These are the plaques you won. These are pretty cool, and I hope I don't get too much reflection or glare here. But now, who took second?
Me.
Soren, you took.
Yep.
And Soren says they're twins. And I said, well, who's older? And he said, I am by 3 minutes. And you let Skylar know that too, don't you? Well, that's very nice. Now, you didn't tell me what you played in the contest.
I placed Somar Waltz, and
So you played more classical stuff?
Somar Waltz, it's a Swedish waltz,
Oh,
and it's
okay.
actually really, I like it. And I also played Soldier's Joy.
Oh, you played Soldier's Joy?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a great song. That's kind of like a bluegrass song, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, very cool. Well, I'm going to let people know how they can come and see you play, and then you're going to keep playing fiddle along with the Unit 12 band. Keep going. Yeah, you're going to be a rock star someday, aren't you?
I hope so.
Yeah, right on, man. For more information on the Schwendeman Brothers and their upcoming appearances, visit showcaseminnesota.com and click on the Wednesday link. Now, here is Soren and Skylar Schwendeman.
1, 2, 3.
Welcome back. We're in the Showcase Kitchen this morning for a super simple recipe that takes just one pot to make. I love that part of it. Chef Linda Binion is here this morning to show us how to prepare a savory chicken dish with apricots. Welcome back, Miss Linda.
Oh, thank you.
You know, the one pot meal, I think it's why we love the casserole, because it's so easy as a mom if you're putting together dinner to get it on the table. Yes. This is a little bit different. Where'd you get this recipe from?
Well, I had this recipe in a restaurant, obviously. It was like more of a Moroccan kind of flair. And then also I said, you know, it was just so easy to make, and I'm like, so I just got it, you know, had it at a restaurant recently.
Yeah, so you figured it out how to do it at home. You're one of those people who can taste something and then figure out how to do it.
Yes.
So what are we calling this now?
Well, I call it my savory apricot chicken in one pot.
All right, let's get started, and we'll chit-chat as we go along.
Sure, sure.
We've got a big, deep, like a soup stock pot almost.
Right, you can do this in a skillet or a deep dish, like a pot like this, as long as it's heat resistant. And you need to clean and pat dry your chicken, which I have already done.
Is the skin on?
Actually, the skin is on. That's where all the flavor is. Gotta have that.
Yeah.
That's where all the flavor is.
Okay.
Right, and I seasoned it with the salt and pepper, and then now it has already browned, and this is what you have to do. You have to brown it very done as far as
what kind of oil are you using?
That's olive oil.
Okay.
Or you can do canola.
Okay.
And I only use just a little bit, just to cover the bottom, so it'll brown nicely and not create too many juices.
Alrighty, so we've browned it, and then what are we going to do with it?
Okay, now I'm going to remove my chicken here, because what I want to do is start up my sauce. So I have like a pound of chicken, by the way, in case you need to know. And
how many is this going to serve? Because I see in the front on the table is our finished product, and it's on this huge bed of rice, so that helps fill in as a meal.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And so this is going to serve, it's usually 8 pieces to a chicken, so like about, 2 portions, about 8 to 10 people.
Oh.
You know, very nicely. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to start out with, keep my heat on, my oil. I got my onions here.
Onions always make everything better, just the smell of them.
I love it. I love it. It just makes everything taste really good. And then I'm going to put in a little bit of garlic in here.
That's good.
Garlic is always wonderful. And one thing I like to do is when I do something like that, I put a little bit more salt and maybe a little bit more pepper just to layer my flavors.
Okay.
Season my little
So what do we want to do? Just get these to a nice clear softness?
Yes.
These
just
onions?
Soften it. That's all you have to do. Just soften it. Now you put your chicken back in.
Oh.
That's all you have to do.
Okay.
Put it back in and just like so.
And then let it, simmer, or what are we going to do with it?
I'm going to let it simmer a little bit more, but I have to put everything else in it.
All right, because there's lots more ingredients. Because when you mention Moroccan, I see that you've got some fruit here today.
Right.
And that makes me think of the Moroccan touch, because they so often combine.
Right. So I have my quarter cup of balsamic, and so that is the flavor. That's the excellent flavor.
We have some guests in the studio today, and I think they're all watching attentively because it smells so good. I think they're a little hungry.
Okay, we have plenty here.
Yeah, that's good. Everybody will get a sample. Yes, that makes them all happy.
And then I'm going to add my fruit. So I have already mixed up my raisins and my apricots. And what I did, I chopped up my apricots just to stretch it a little bit more.
Are these dried apricots?
These are dried. Yeah, dried apricots.
So this is something you could have in the pantry, which is another huge plus, that you don't have to worry about special ingredients that you get to go out and get at the last minute.
Right, not at all.
All right, so how long is this going to sit on the stove?
Okay, this is going to simmer for about maybe 10 minutes because your chicken's already done.
Very sweet, savory smell.
It really is. And then I'm going to use my chicken stock here. Okay, just a little bit of chicken stock because I don't want it really too soupy. And that lends a nice chicken flavor. And then the real sweetness comes from apricot preserves.
Oh, okay.
Just like that, just like that.
Another thing that can come right out of the fridge or the cupboard.
Right. That's what
I suppose if you wanted to, you could use any kind of jam in the berry that goes with it. If you preferred cherries in there.
Cherries, lingonberries.
Yeah, lingonberries would be delicious. That's a Swedish favorite.
Exactly.
All right, so this is cooking up, and the idea behind, if I understand it right, not using so much broth, is that you want this more like a gravy.
Right. Something thick that's going to be, it has a lot of flavor, because if you have it too brothy, then it's not going to lend that.
Okay, so we've obviously got to get the chicken off the bone.
Yes.
Because you've got it. Oh, no,
well, actually, it's on the bone.
Some of it is on the bone. That's just the apricots on top. I thought those were some chunks of chicken in there, but you left it right on there.
That's all whole chicken.
And then this goes right on here. You're going to put a few nuts in there.
Little nuts, and you could toast these if you want to do that. But this is
then that's done.
Basically the dish. That's it.
All right, and you always love to give us a full meal, so not only do you have it on the rice, but pretty strawberries over here.
Right.
Sweet and delicious and all
I
ready
have
to
a little tip here. If you want a little bit of savory taste with your strawberries that are sweetened, I have
use the balsamic vinegar.
Just drizzle that on. It may sound odd, but it's really,
it does.
really
I bet it's good together. Well,
it's
as
delicious.
always, another great meal for
Thank
us
you.
to have tonight for dinner. Thank you so much, Linda, for coming by.
Thank you.
And we'll be serving that up to everybody. For a copy of today's recipe, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to the address on your screen or log on to showcaseminnesota.com. Then click on recipes and you'll find today's recipe under the main dish category. For more information about Chef Linda, log on to showcaseminnesota.com.
And we'd like to thank all of our guests for appearing on today's show. California Closets and Shop NBC paid for today's segments. And if you'd like to have your business appear on the show, check out showcaseminnesota.com to find out more. Wow, that recipe looked good.
Yeah, it feeds a lot of people, which is a great advantage too. Linda does a lot of good things. I loved your interview with our musicians.
They're still here, and I want those guys to stick around because I want to get my picture taken with Soren and Skylar Schwendeman because
before they do Letterman.
Well, not only that, but I mean, you could just tell, you could see talent. I mean, those guys, I'm serious, they will probably, yes, they do. And 11 years old, come on. When I was 11 years old, I was catching frogs, yes, and learning how to tie my shoes and to play the violin like that. And then I'm sitting here talking guitars with the guy. Yeah, I play a Gibson Les Paul, and his brother wants to get a Warrior.
Maybe they'll give you some lessons, Rob, if you're really nice.
Isn't that sad, Corbin?
They'll help you.
Oh, wow. How fun was that to see those guys play? And second and fourth place, not too shabby at the State Fair Fiddle.
Yeah, I love the pictures that they got, the forms. Okay, before we go, today's Shop NBC Top Value, and this one you don't want to miss. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
And now, a special presentation from Shop NBC.
Hi, I'm Katina Forte, and welcome into Shop NBC. It is our pleasure to bring to you our top value, the best value of the day. And today it is a very special one. It is item number J177241. It is from Invicta. It's the Invicta Pro Diver automatic rubber strap watch. We have it at an our top value price of $68.26. Also on two value payments of $34.13 with free shipping and handling. Now, Invicta, of course, is a premium watch brand that has been in existence since 1837, and we are excited to bring to you the Pro Diver. We have a few firsts coming up with this watch. First of all, we have brand new colors if you are familiar with the Pro Diver. This is that fabulous, fabulous orange that you're looking at right now. You're also going to see your classic black, but look at the black. You have that wonderful yellow that trims the inside portion of that dial. And then, of course, the most limited already out of all of them is the yellow. So the orange and the yellow are brand new colors. So that's just one of the firsts that we have for you. Another thing is, it is the 48 millimeter case size. So if you love the larger sizes in the case, this is what you've been waiting for with the Pro Diver. But I want you to notice, I have a small wrist, but look at how wonderful it fits on any size wrist. It's adjustable. Speaking of the strap, it's also the very first time that Invicta has brought to you with the Pro Diver and fully integrated polyurethane strap design. So what does that mean to you? That means that as you are wearing this wonderful Invicta Pro Diver, not only are you going to be the first to get it, but also you can live in it because that polyurethane strap, it's water resistant. So you can splash in the pool. You can wash your car. If it happens to get wet, you don't have to worry about it. In addition to that, let me show you something else that is really exciting about this. Look at the dial. This is the very first time also that with the Pro Diver, you are seeing that beautiful embossed design in the center portion of the dial, and notice the color match. The orange in the inside of the dial also matches the color on the outside of the bezel. So you do have matching colors both in the orange and the yellow, And what we've done for you in the black is on the inside of the black, in the inner portion, and I'll show that to you right now, on the inner portion of it, oh, that's the yellow, here it is. On the inner portion of the bezel right here, you're going to see you have a little splash of color. And in this case, we have it in the yellow. So it's an exciting opportunity to not only get the first 48 millimeter size case, it's an automatic movement. We've all been waiting for an automatic movement. We have a fully integrated polyurethane strap. There's also the new embossing on the bezel on the inside, and then also the brand new colors, which are, of course, the orange and the yellow. If you're not familiar with Shop NBC, we are your luxury shopping destination. We broadcast from the Twin Cities, Minnesota area, and we every day bring to you a brand new value of the day, and this happens to be ours for today. Now keep in mind that the price is available for today and today only. 2 value payments are also available on this. And what are value payments? Value payments is an opportunity for you to break up the price. If you have a major credit card, you'll be charged on the first month, your first payment, which will be $34.13, and then the following month, automatically, you will have your second payment. So you have a wonderful opportunity to be able to get Invicta, a premier watch brand who has an incredible relationship here with Shop NBC. I want to show you something exciting about the strap itself, too, and the way it's integrated. When we talk about fully integrated, look at how beautifully it fits on the wrist. And that's why, even though it's a larger size case, which is a 48 millimeter, it just hugs the wrist comfortably. That's why if you have a size 6 wrist or a 7.5 inch wrist or whatever your size wrist is, it's going to be just tremendous. It's a brand new Pro Diver, and the Pro Diver is one of the most iconic collections in the Invicta line. The Pro Diver is always one of the top sellers, and we here at Shop NBC are excited that we have an opportunity to bring you today 48 millimeter case, brand new colors, and Shop NBC. This is our top value.
Thursday at 10, the basics of cooking lobster. We're going to head into the kitchen for savory details.
Plus, finding your child's future will... Oh, funding, not finding, sorry. Funding.
Plus, I was clearing my throat. I heard my mic open.